Welcome to Planet Algo, where we discuss all things about the Algorand network. Today we're going to talk about the decentralization and centralization and which direction last week's Algorand Foundation's announcement is leading us towards. This has been a very hot topic. I did a video on the announcement last week and we had some good discussion. I will link to that video below. If you went to the Algorand Discord, you would see that it was literally on fire with people discussing this. So I want to give my opinion on this because I feel that the discussion is getting muddied, and I'd like to give a very crystal clear example of why. The first thing we have to do is we're going to talk about decentralization versus centralization concerning governance for those people who haven't watched the last video or aren't up to speed on the topic. Imagine that you have 5 people and they form some type of governance board. It doesn't matter what it is, okay? And we have this sliding scale of centralization up above, where on the left we have absolute decentralization and on the right we have absolute centralization. If in our governance board of the 5 people, one of them had complete control, made all decisions, made all the proposals, had all the control, and none of the others had any control over anything, that would be a form of absolute centralization, that one person has all of the control. Okay? Now decentralization, absolute decentralization with our governance board would be where all 5 of them have equal weighting, equal standing, equal power on every single aspect of everything that they do. So on all proposals, on all voting, on everything, they all have 100% equal standing. That would be absolute decentralization. In the real world, I can think of 0 examples of absolute decentralization or absolute centralization. We always lie somewhere in the spectrum. So now the matter that's been discussed is the governance board announcement so the matter being discussed is the foundation's announcement of a new governance board. Is that leading us more towards decentralization or is it more towards centralization? Well, I really don't think there is an argument on this, okay? It is obviously leading us towards more decentralization. Now, if you want to argue that it is not leading towards enough decentralization, I would agree with that. If we were to plot where the governance board is right now on the scale, and it doesn't matter really where we put them, and AF is for Algorand Foundation, for those of you wondering. And where we put them now doesn't matter too much because what we want to discuss is where this decision moves them. And so again, if you're not up to date on the decision, please reference my last video, but basically they're creating a governance board where everyone can participate. You just have to stake, and everyone algo committed equals 1 vote. Now the concern is that whales will come in and they will dominate the voting. However, we're going to keep that to the side. What I want to discuss first is the only way for the foundation to have more centralization would have been if they came in and they made an announcement that leads them to the right. Okay? And to do that, they would have to be grabbing power. Okay? So they'd be grabbing power. They need more power, right? To become more centralized, they had to have more power, okay? And right now, the Algorand Foundation already has quite a bit of power. It was formed to lead in the initial stages of the blockchain. Now they feel that they want to, it's not necessary, it can, go towards this more decentralized model. But if you are saying, no, this is more centralized, well, then you have to prove how the Algorand Foundation is grabbing more power. Because by adding any other decision makers into this, we are becoming more decentralized, okay? Even if you say they're whales, even if you say we're only adding 1 whale, well, then you have the AF plus 1 whale, okay? And that is more decentralized than just the AF, okay? Now you might say that's only a movement of like this, but still, that's to the left. The only way they could go to the right would be if they took somebody else's power. Maybe they took the development team's power and said, hey, we are going to do all the development now too, right? If they did that, then that would be a sign that they are grabbing power, but they made no such announcement. Their announcement was that they are introducing this board. They are not even going to vote. They are completely taking their power out of that. And so by doing such, even if you have the worst case scenario where nobody participated except for one whale, okay, or that one whale had more than 50% and they always voted the same, right, against everybody, then still this is more decentralized. You are moving towards the left. If you like this video, please hit like and subscribe down below. If you disagree with me, that is absolutely fine. Please comment down below and I'll get back to you.